All right, so what is your name and what do you do for CBS?
My name is Marissa Perlman. I am a reporter for CBS 2 Chicago.
And how did you get into doing that?
Well, I started in high school myself as editor in chief of my high school newspaper. So I was inspired at a young age. I just knew that I loved being around people, meeting new people every day, telling their stories. And that kind of transferred from a newspaper background and when I got to college into a broadcast format. And now kind of do a little bit of everything every day.
That's awesome. I'm gonna hand it over to Daniela now.
I'm so excited to be interviewing you. That's so cool. That's so awesome that you were editor in chief of your high school paper. It's cool how like you could take your high school experience and now you're like actually in the professional career. So, what would you say your favorite part about your job is?
My favorite part, I think, is that no day is the same as the day before or the next day. So it's a new adventure every single day. And you get to meet incredible people along the way that you normally would never be able to meet. So today I'm spending the day with Plainfield East High School, meeting some amazing educators and students. And then tomorrow it might be something totally different, covering politics, covering crime. So no 2 days are the same, and that kind of keeps me on my toes.
And do you have a favorite story that you've covered?
Oh my goodness, a favorite story that I've covered. So I've been in this business for 12 years now. I'm kind of ancient. So there's been so many different experiences. I would say. One of my favorites, I'll give you twofold. In one of my first markets, it was the town, small town in upstate New York, near where I went to college. And Tommy Hilfiger is from that town.
Oh,
So I got to go to New York Men's Fashion Week and interview Tommy Hilfiger,
that's so cool.
which was really cool. I did my own camera work, my own producing, and kind of edited the entire piece together as a multimedia journalist. So that's one. And then covering anniversaries of 9/11, also when I was living in New York, was just kind of a special experience, being able to incorporate the town that I was reporting for and this incredible tragedy that impacted the entire nation and the world. So just again, being able to tell those impactful stories, I think means the most to me. Those two stick out in my brain for sure.
That's so awesome. That's so cool. You're kind of like a jack of all trades. You have a lot under your belt. I'm gonna hand it over to Mia if she has any more questions.
So going off all the stories you've covered a lot. So what brings you to Plainfield East here today?
So we at CBS 2 Chicago have started a new segment called School Spotlight, and this is an opportunity for us to highlight different districts across the Chicago area, and we're really trying to get into different neighborhoods to meet the community, what makes each school unique, what makes each student body unique, and it's a way for us to just showcase the positive things that these districts are doing. And so Plainfield East is one of those schools that we're really excited to highlight.
That's so awesome being here. Has there been a favorite part of East or something that's really stood out to you today?
I think it's the energy. I mean, you guys just have this incredible energy. We had this mini pep assembly this morning with the band and the cheerleaders, and just having everybody have all of this school pride. It brings me back to my days in high school. So I think just seeing and being able to capture that energy has been really special.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Okay, so my last and final question, unless you have something else you want to add, do you have any advice for anyone that might be wanting to get into the field of journalism, or for someone who feels like it's too late to start, or like just any advice of like how to get into the field?
For sure. I think my first thing is that it's never too late. If people is a part of your passion, it's a great field. If you want to tell people stories, and I think we touched on this earlier, you said being a jack of all trades, right? That's kind of the way that the business is heading. So whether you're interested in videography or reporting, being on camera, being a producer, being in the control room, being a manager of a news operation, there are so many different ways to be a part of journalism as a whole. And my advice would be to learn a little bit about everything, to find what you're passionate for, becoming multi-skilled, to be able to do a lot of different skills will make you marketable, whether you're interested in working for a newspaper or for a TV station or a radio station. That's what I think these future employers will be looking for.
And I feel like that's also like an important part of a lot of like jobs, or just the way that society is headed, like getting to know like a lot of different aspects of everything. I think that's really important. Well, thank you so much for being on our interview. I have one question. Do you think it's best to be a Bengal?
it's absolutely best to be a Bengal. Thank you guys so much for having me today. I've had such a blast.
Thank you so much. We have one request, and so our slogan is "We're East Side News, and that's the Bengal Beat." I was wondering if we could get all three of us saying it together.
Absolutely.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. We're East Side News, and that's the Bengal Beat. Thank you so much.